Okay, so this is going to be potentially like the start of my second video, potentially. I'm in the car with Aiden and we're on our way to an event in Manchester. Whenever like, there was an event in Manchester, I feel like I automatically say yes, just because there's not that many. There's not that many, so like I will move things to go to them. Today is fine because it's Friday and I don't do any calls on a Friday. I wouldn't move a call for it, but I try and just always get to the vicar. So we're on our way to this event. My camera is going dead. No idea how that happened, but it's going dead. So I'm gonna try and like film a little bit because it's a really cool one. It's this gal called Vicky Owens. I think that's her name, and she's lovely. But she does basically her like social media agency is all, like around the idea of like going viral, but like that actually resulting in conversions. So I'm very, very interested to see, like, she's doing like a keynote talk at the Hulk Room. I'm very interested to see how it goes and like what she actually says. So I'm gonna give a bit of feedback and like, you know, a bit of a a little bit of an overview of like what she said and all of that jazz as well. So it's exciting. Aiden and I are on our way back now. It was only like an hour kind of thing, but it was really, really good. Left with a lot of different tips, especially for like Instagram and TikTok. I am gonna walk through because I've recorded the actual session on my phone because honestly I can't take notes quick. Like I can't do shorthand, but like it takes me so long to write sometimes when I'm on my phone. I'm on my laptop. I am Speedy Gonzalez, okay? On my phone. I'm not. I'm just not. So I've like recorded some of it so that I can go through it and like take notes and like match my notes up a little bit. But it was really, really good. Really, really enjoyed it. Vicky's so lovely, and yeah, it was really useful. Okay, so today is Saturday. I'm ready to go. I'm walking to Pilates with Aiden. He's not actually going Pilates. He's just walking with me, and then he's working for like a cafe nearby, and then he is headed to a Manchester City game. And I'm meeting a gal called Gemma for the first time. We run this Manchester like co-work day every single month, and she's been in the group for a little while and we've chatted back and forth quite a bit. So we're going to a Pilates class together and then grabbing a coffee afterwards, potentially going for a walk. And then today is a work day. That's why I've got the little video up, the camera out, because it is a bit of a work day. Like I have like a deep clean planned of like the apartment and things like that. But there is like quite a lot of work that I'm going to be doing too. And then we obviously went to that event and talked yesterday as well. And I did say that I'm going to talk through some of the things that like that gal Vicky went through and what my thoughts and opinions are on some of it as well. So I'm going to do that. Bye. Hello. I don't know why I said that so weird. Today is Monday and it is a bank holiday. I am actually working, which whether you think it's toxic or not, I'm sorry, but I am. And I love working a bank holiday, for being honest. It's one of those days where I can like deep work. I have no interruptions from literally anyone and I can just get head down and concentrated. So I've already recorded my first video and I've scheduled it. Now the first one was meant to be short, just as like a bit of an intro. This one might be a little bit longer. This week is a bit of an exciting week as well. We're doing some cool things as well. But I wanted to actually make sure that I was like stopping and going through what I was actually doing as well, because that was kind of like a big point of like doing this and like starting at YouTube, I guess. So yeah, I am working. It's bank holiday. I'm working on Q4 stuff again. I feel like every single day I've said I'm working on Q4 stuff, but I am. One of the things, so I'm gonna actually go through this document actually that we have as well. I wasn't sure the best way to do it, but I'll run through it probably later on anyway. But basically with our clients we do a Q4 questionnaire / like strategy with them, and the idea is we started doing this last year like fully in this document kind of way, and it's my actual child. Like I love it so much, right? And every single quarter it's got better, right? So even like looking back, when I looked back on like the Q4 doc from last year, I wanted to die. I was like awful, hated it. I was like, I cannot believe like the difference in like just from like Q4 last year to even like Q2, Q3 like this year, and like how amazing it looks in comparison. So actually a big part of my week last week was actually like updating that document, because the whole idea is it makes the whole quarter, like the whole Q4, as easy as not even as easy, but like as clear as possible from our side, and then also for the client side as well, and then anyone else also that they're working on. So it's basically a document that like looks at like what worked last year, what didn't work last year, and it goes into like in-depth planning for us. When we look at Q4, we look at October, November, December, and then I know it's Q1, not technically it is Q1, but we look at January as well, which always confuses people. But the whole idea is most people take their holidays early Jan. If it's a small business, they sometimes take a bit of it off. If it's a big business, honestly most businesses as a whole, they might even be off like from like the 20th/21st of December, and then they're not back until like end of like week 1 of Jan. So maybe it was like 4 years ago that maybe about 4 years ago we started doing this, and it was literally because we would obviously like plan, like do like October, November, December, and then when it would come to like January, clients are in like deep, like they are in the trenches in like December. So if we're like here like, excuse me, hello, what are you doing in Jan, and like can you do this, can you fill out this, and it's like the 10th of like December, if there are any delays from their side at all, or even like if there's a delay from our side, whatever it might be, and not replying to them, and I mean literally like not replying the same day, because that can make the difference when it comes to like at the knock-on effect. You end up like then having to like plan like by week going into Jan, because then if they don't get back on time, if you're not quick enough, if they need to check things, if they're relying on someone else, if someone else has gone off on holiday, whatever it might be, it basically just means like it's a bit of a crap fest. Like it's so stressful, and we've seen this with like every single type of client that we have. So, and honestly, the bigger the business is, the more stressful it actually can be, because the more people who might be off, or more approvals that are needed and things like that. So basically, going back to what I was saying, is when we do a Q4 doc, we look at Q1 too. Because also, one thing that a lot of businesses don't take into account is there's a lot of people who will just discover you in Q4. So they will have discovered you, and yes, they might have bought from like that discovery phase, but you need to then figure out how to retain them, because they might have bought from you for like a gift or for themselves or for like some specific reason, but they might not actually like love you necessarily or be loyal to you as an actual brand. Like they've done it because they needed to get like a present or whatever it might be. You need to then figure out like how to retain them afterwards. So what we like to do is that your October is kind of like your pre Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas rush, like especially early October, and then you've got your actual Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas rush, and then after that you've got your retention period, like kind of like flows a little bit like that. And when I'm talking about this as well, I'm not just talking about brands that like do 50% blanket discounts and who can do those kind of discounts. Like Black Friday, Cyber Monday does not have to be discounted. Like we work with a lot of like sustainably focused businesses who don't necessarily do discount, who don't even have the margins really to be able to do that. So it's not just like about that, but it's about tapping into the consumer mindset during this period. And if you're like a sustainable business and you're like listening to this, watching this, whatever it might be, and you're like, well, Black Friday is like the most unsustainable, blah 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 blah, and all that kind of jazz, I get where you're coming from. But in the same breath, if you want people to have a good option and to choose a good option for like the environment, for the world, for humans, for everything, then you need to put that in front of them when they are most likely to buy, which is your Q4. But basically, this is a little bit of it. It's quite big. It goes into like promotions, it goes into October plans, and one thing that we really focus on as well is within the Q4 marketing part, we'll do a cross planning section, which is basically we want to know what else you're doing. So like what you're doing on social, what you're doing in ads, blogs, partnerships, anything else. And then like within the loom that we give clients to like go through this, we'll literally say like add any other sections of anything else that you're doing basically. So it's always like unique to them. But the idea is if we're doing email for them, we need to know what else they're doing and like what other touch points our consumer is going to go through for them in particular, and then we'll work on it based on that. And I touched on that just like a little bit and showing it a little bit. It's something that I worked actually so hard on. It is like my child, because it genuinely like it has reshaped so many of our clients' businesses, and anyone that I do like strategy calls with, so they don't actually work with us on like a retainer base. Well, they do, but like per strategy, they will I always give them this as well. So I'm literally like, take this, work on this, and then this can form like one or two of our actual strategy calls within that month. And it just, because it like helps you to plan out basically, like has questionnaires in there that we go through with them, has the promotion plan in. We also put in like our ideas too and all of that. So it's really in-depth document. Whenever we work with a new client to begin with, I always like to preface it and be like, I don't want to overwhelm you with this. So like if this is a new way of working for you and you're like, absolutely not, Margaret, tell me, it's fine. We can figure out and like do like a mismatch of like what they do and what we do. But it's been game changing for not only us but for our clients. So that's what a lot of that last week was redoing this to make it the best version it can be, basically. Because as I said, it's literally 4 months of planning. It's like quarter of the year. It's a lot. And then so that was a lot last week, and then it formed into actually like starting to do it for individual clients. So what I'm doing today, which is Bank Holiday Monday, is, I don't feel like a lot of people talk about this, so I'm always trying to upskill myself and always looking at like what's worked and what hasn't worked for other businesses. So today's focus isn't to actually, although I'll be constantly thinking about our individual clients in the back of my head, sorry, my phone, I keep getting notifications. So yeah, today isn't like to look at individual clients necessarily. It's to actually go through and look at like what's worked elsewhere, so like what everyone else is talking about. So actually like it is like a deep dive on like research and like educating and like upskilling for myself as well, which I don't think a lot of like agency owners or like people who work like with clients at the level like that I do and that like we do as a team actually talk about, which is I need to make sure that I'm upskilling all the time as well. Like I need to make sure that I'm the best version of myself too, which I know is easier said than done. But the idea is today is literally looking at like, so at the moment, if you're to look at my screen, I've got 47 tabs open. And that's probably why I needed a new laptop this week, potentially, who knows. But the idea is to look at what, I'm on Klaviyo at the moment, so looking at like what Klaviyo have said in terms of what worked last year, what their research is saying from last year, and then what they're recommending for this year. So I will physically go through, and instead I've got like 47 different articles and courses and all of that stuff up that they've done over the past 8 months, and I'm using that and going through and literally like basically writing it out and pulling out like ideas from what they've said, with the new tools and new like what's the word? My brain just froze. The new like add-ons, I guess, that they've got like on the platform now and things like that. So looking at all of that and popping all that down. I won't just be doing this on Klaviyo, I'll be looking at everyone. From like a look at like OmniSend, MailChimp, because the thing is they actually have data to back up all of it as well. So not only will we do this individually for our clients, so we'll look at like individual clients and see what they did last year, what we tested, what worked, what didn't work. And we don't just look at it from necessarily just an email point of view. It's like from an email point of view, but then it's from the promotions point of view too. So we'll look at like what promotions might have done better, what promotions just absolutely flopped, or whatever it might be. So then we can actually give our clients like those recommendations too, based off the data that we have. But yeah, that's what we do for individual clients. But then in terms of like today, it's a case of like, for example, Klaviyo, they have like the data from on one of the articles that I was like literally just going through. It was literally going through so much. This specific article actually went through so much. So if you're watching this and you want me to send you any of these, because what I'll also do is for the day that I do this, because I do this every single year and it's not normally a day, it's like a couple of days, but I create a Google Doc and I put all of the links for every single article, every single course, every single breakdown, everything that I'm looking at, and I put it in. I know someone's probably listening to this and thinking, why don't you just all put them all in AI and ask AI to do it? Because like I've got 47 tabs open. I could easily put them in AI and be like, pull out the key information. I'm a strategist, guys, all right? And I think people are forgetting how much you can spark from actually reading it and popping it down. That's why I physically pop it down, because I'll see something here and then I'll think in the back of my head, I'll be like, okay, this client, we tried this, why don't we try something like this? And it might actually have nothing to do with this. It'll just be like 2 words within one of their recommendations sparked something else, and I'll write it down, and then I'll be like, and then it'll like make me think of something else. So I love AI. I think it's really, really great, but I do not think it should replace strategy. And like even when it comes to like, I've noticed a lot of people have been talking about like they've been doing less like group meetings, like actual group like strategy sessions together. And by people I mean like actual friends that I've spoken to who their companies used to do a lot of these with, and it's because they're using AI and they think it's speeding them up, but I think it's setting them back so much. And I think some of it will be like short-term gains for long-term losses in a way. I could run on this for quite a while, but yeah, so that's the idea. I'd like to physically write out all of these ideas, everything else that like they're recommending based on their data. So say for example, one of the notes that like Klaviyo had put down was that so they had said over 40% of businesses were talking about Black Friday, Cyber Monday in their emails by the Monday before Thanksgiving. So like I put all of this down. Like I'm not saying that all of our clients are going to do that, but it's to put down like the data that they're saying from what data they actually have. And then when we actually do the audits on our clients, we can like cross-reference and be like, okay, we started it too early maybe, or maybe we started it too late, whatever it might be. Even like in terms of they put down like segment recommendations and things like that. So based on like, again, the data that they saw from last year. So put them all down, and then as I said, when we actually come strategizing, it'll be about combining them. But I'll do this on Klaviyo, I'll do this on like the other platforms as well. I'll look at like some other articles from like trusted websites, things like that. I'll see what's working on that point of view, and then I'll just have like a whole lot of pages basically to then be able to go through the audit plus this, and then actually give the client ideas to start off before they go into our Q4 questionnaire. Because when I didn't really show all of it, if anyone would like to actually see it, let me know and maybe I'll share it with you. Oh, actually, should I be a marketeer here? If you comment, alright, on this YouTube video, doesn't matter what you comment, just something that like, as long as it's not mean, or just like an emoji, I will ask you to send this to you. I will send this to you. I will send it, alright? But it's and it's just like me sending my child, okay? It's beautiful. But yeah, the questionnaire and like the promotions for clients, again, this is why I always say like we're not just an email agency. Not that that's a bad thing at all, but we don't think about things just from like emails point of view. we're thinking about it from a broader point of view, because it always affects everything else. But when we look at like the so when a client receives this, there's a section which says promotions and key campaigns, and then for each of them we'll have this, and it might be like promotion planning for November, and it will say like ideas from Cece, and then we'll put in like here, put it like this is for them to actually fill in, but like we'll put it in here and we'll literally blank, and this could be like based on like what we did last year. It could be based on like just the research we've done around Q4 and like ideas, or it could be based on like things that the client might have done 6 months ago, and we'll be like, okay, we did this 6 months ago, why don't we do something similar? Like again, a Black Friday, Cyber Monday discount promotion does not have to be an actual physical discount, you know, things like we've got clients that have brought out like a specific scents for like their diffusers or whatever it might be, like they brought out specific things like that for Q4, so that's like their kind of promotion, their campaign, but they're not doing any actual physical discounts. Okay. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. It's very manual, I get that, but it's so worth it. So worth it. It's 10:53 now, and I've been chit-chatting for about 25 minutes on this, going through it, but now I've got I'll be judged for this probably, but I do have a call. Again, I'm out of office on Wednesday, and I had someone who was trying to fit in for a discovery call, and they couldn't do any other day, and I couldn't do any other day, so it would have ended up having to be like next week. And I was just like, he said that he was working on Monday, and I was like, I am too, so I'll do the call. So I've got a call now, and then after that I'm just gonna get straight back into this and get my head down. Hello. It is, every time I say hello I cringe so heavily. It's currently 7:30 p.m. The last time I spoke on this video was when I was about to jump on a call. It was a discovery one. It went really well. That was this morning. It went really well. It was a really long call. We ended up like, I know I'm a yapper, like I speak like quite a lot, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to shut up, but it was 2 hours. It was 2 hours. We spoke for 2 hours. It was like 1 hour and like 58 minutes or something like that, which I'm gonna take as a good sign. Like we just absolutely yapped away. We were chit-chatting. He's from not too far from Manchester, so we just clicked. It went really well, not speaking too soon. And he's got a really nice business, and we just kind of really got into it. And I think maybe because I knew it was bank holiday and I had no one else to like chit chat to, I went a little bit OTT. But if you're a client watching this, you know that's just me as a whole, you know. We did that call, went really well. I think we could work together really nicely, and we could do a lot of stuff for their business. So the plan is to, he's already sent me access to his Klaviyo account, so the plan is to, being realistic, I'm probably not gonna be able to do it tonight, but the plan is like first thing tomorrow to go through his Klaviyo account and start like just pulling some like notes and all of that, and then obviously based on the actual call too, because it's 2 hours, pull what we talked about on that as well, and then create his proposal as well, and then send it by like end of day tomorrow. Like it is going to be a bit of a quick turnaround one, but it's just because they need a lot of help going into Q4, and as I have not stopped talking about, Q4 is now, like it is now. So the plan is to like send him the proposal by like tomorrow, so that we can hopefully, if you know costs and all that align, we can get started quite quickly. I say quite quickly, like it'll still take obviously a few weeks, but even in that same breath we can at least get the ball like rolling. So yeah, that went really well, and now I am still working. And again, if anyone's like looking at this, they might be like, wow, she's a toxic queen, but I think I said it on the video, I don't know if I did, but I'm out of office on Wednesday, which means today is a working day. Like, it is. I'm not gonna lie and say that like I wouldn't normally work on a bank holiday, because I absolutely would, but this is why like today is a bit of a longer day as well. I did take a really nice walk and like a break, and I always, without a shadow of a doubt, I always make my own food every single day. Like, I'll always cook something, whether it's breakfast, dinner, whatever it might be. So I have taken breaks, don't worry. And I did go gym as well this morning, so I have been quite active. And then I went for a really nice walk in Manchester. It's gorgeous outside. It's like 27 degrees, so it's really beautiful. I love how I'm like saying all of this just to make it sound and look okay that I'm still working right now. I had to restart this video because I introed it by saying today's Tuesday. It's not. Today's Wednesday. So happy Wednesday. Aiden and I are going down to London for the day. We've got some meetings, and we've got this really cool thing on tonight as well. So I'm literally just quickly finishing getting ready. I actually don't have any time to even record this. Not really. I've done my tan yesterday, and my hair is done, but I always clip it up. If you watch the first video, I always clip it up and keep it up. And then I've done my eyebrows and eyes, but I'm gonna pack the rest of my makeup and actually do that on the actual train, just because I haven't got time, if I'm being absolutely honest. And it's like a 2.5 hour train anyway, so call it time. But I'm basically going to bring you along to our day. Like I said, I've got a couple of meetings, and I'm going to do a bit of prep on the actual train for this thing tonight as well. So I'll go through that. It's all about like community and all of that, so I'll go through that a little bit, but we're going to prep for that. Got some meetings, and yeah, I'll just bring you along for what I actually can. My face and my neck will match in the next hour, basically. That it'll look the same. I just don't put tan on my face. For the people who do it, how absolutely ruins my skin. So Aiden and I were talking really quietly because I haven't got a mic, but I should actually talk a little louder then, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is the first time I've actually spoke on the video since I left this morning. We left this morning, but we're in London. We've had a gorgeous day so far. I love London. You love London?
London's alright.
He loves London. Little Manchester boy. He loves it. But we've had a lovely little day so far, which has stopped at this very pink and pretty place. Pink and pretty. And we've just got some raspberry lemonades, because we're fancy like that, aren't we?
Very fancy. Very, very fancy indeed.
Yeah. And then we're literally just going over some notes, and then we're going to head for a little it's really loud. To the little recording thing we're doing later. I'm not going to tell anyone what it is until we actually do it, and if it actually is we're doing
if we get airtime.
Yeah, they might be like absolutely.
A little soup from Manchester, which
I'm not from Manchester. So once it's done, if we actually get some airtime on it, then then we'll share it.
If not, you'll never know what it was. No one ever will.
You might think we're auditioning for like X Factor.
Yeah, it's actually bringing the talent and more for you.
Yeah. Bye. Was in.
Gorgeous.
That's pure sugar. Pure sugar.
What's that? What do you think?
Until the dentist.
Just stable. No, I think you just said the dentist.
Okay, so it's why are you whispering? I don't know. It's 9:54 p.m.
9:54
p.m. Okay. I am
past our bedtime.
Oh, so past our bedtime.
We would be in bed by now. Right, James.
We're on the train on our way home now. Well, it's going to set off soon. we are sat beside each other, which is really, really handy when you're on a late train, isn't it? But I took my makeup off, obviously. Some people find this a bit odd, right? But I will always bring that makeup wipes or whatever it might be with me and remove my makeup, because gotta keep taking care of the skin, guys, okay? And also it's gross, not doing it.
Yeah, it's good too.
But I said,
It's been a long day.
it's been a really long day. It's been a really long day, but London is so... Don't look at the colour of my hands. London has been so much fun.
We walked all the way back. Yeah, from the studio to use. Why did we do that?
No, it was an hour and a
It's a
half.
grey walk.
Because it says significant delays on the tube, so we're like, we might as well walk an hour and a half. I forgot I have a disability. Like I forgot
I can't do anything.
I got a disability. Like, just can't be doing it. So my foot, I had to do a lot of stops on the way back because I have a really bad foot. Like my foot literally cramped up. Like it was. I've been limping around like I'm about to keel over at any point since then. We went and had a fat Nando's.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly.
Having slightly raw.
Oh yeah, I had raw rice and then
Calling at Rugby,
they gave me the rice.
Nuneaton, Stoke-on-Trent, Macclesfield, Stockport.
Good.
It's true, common just Piccadilly. Anyway, we're going to go through what we actually did today, probably tomorrow, and actually like some of the stuff we learned from it as well, which is really, really cool. Okay, bye. Hello, it's Thursday, the 20th of August, and it is 11 AM. So today, the day after we come back from London, we got back obviously really, really late. I think the train got in at like 1:45 in the morning, which is so past my bedtime, like incredibly past my bedtime. But we got in and then we probably got into the apartment about 1 AM. So we set our alarms for like 9:30, which sounds absolutely insane for like a Thursday. But I made sure to obviously work yesterday and I worked last night as well on the way back, and then all my meetings today. I've got 2 meetings today, I think. Just 2. Yeah, just 2 meetings, and one's at 12, so it's in an hour, and the one's at 2 PM. So I obviously made sure to line it up so that I will be okay to sleep in. So yeah, I slept in a little bit. I literally woke up to Aiden making a coffee. Like, that is like the epitome of my life. Not epitome, but the definition, I guess, of my life. Waking up to Aiden making coffee is so which is really nice. I haven't been using my mic. This is going to be, I think this might be the second or third video that goes up. I do have a mic, like I have an actual mic, but I've not been using it. If I'm being absolutely transparent, it's the effort that's involved with it. That's it. But yeah, so very, very tired today. Obviously, look, I'm very exhausted. I've literally, I haven't done any, like a stitch, an ounce of work, like I haven't done anything, and everything I have is going dead. So I've just come up to the co-work area in our building, and I'm just gonna get all my stuff out and start work. And I knew as well that I would have got up earlier and just like, you know, went through the pain of not having too much sleep. But I don't have to prep anything really for these meetings because it's been prepped already. Prepped it on Tuesday, just because again I knew I was going to be a bit tired today, but I feel like I've been rambling on. We had a really exciting day yesterday. It was really good. It's so nice that I get to share, like I can't explain how everyone always asks like, how do you work with your husband? And I'm like, I literally got to do all of that yesterday with him. Like, I love it so much. I love it so much. Even like on the way home, like the last train I got down to London, not by myself, was in June, and it was like a super late one as well because I was there all day, and I was so tired. Like my head, like, you know, when your head's like drops, like, and I was like, I can't fall asleep because I'm not safe. I'm like a gal traveling by herself, whereas I'm beside Aiden and I fell asleep. so I did nod off a little bit, and so did he at different points, but it's just nice being able to travel with him as well. But we had a really, really good day. It was so much fun. I think I said it in the video yesterday, when we left where we were, we looked at the train and it said that there was like a couple of disruptions and cancellations, so to get back to like London Euston, and it said like an hour and a half to walk, an hour and 15 or something like that to walk, and I was just like, do we just walk it? Because we love walking in London anyway, and like every time we do it, we literally walk past things and we're like, this is so beautiful. Like, we literally get to see like every part of London. But it's not that I forgot, but I have a really bad foot and I've had a lot of operations on it, and not that I forget, it's just that I try and push my limits a lot, and I pushed my limits. Like, we did 15,500 steps yesterday, and I can't even explain like how bad my feet feel. My other foot sore as well, but that's just because it was compensating. But I'm in a lot of pain today, but that's okay, because it's life. But yeah, it was a really good day. We were basically, I think we joked about not saying what we did until like it came out, just in case they didn't put us in, but I don't know, because what we did, they did ours a little bit different because it was both Aiden and I. So I was like, for content purposes, I was like, will they put us in for a lot of things because everyone else was in like a certain setup, and then we were in one, and I was just like for content, will that look weird? But then Aiden was like, stop being silly. But then also we were like, the people that they brought in for this are like amazing, and like one of the gals is she's amazing, and she was literally one of the ones who inspired me to actually start this channel. And like, I bumped into her whilst, but she was in the session right beforehand, and Aiden was like, everything happens, but we always say everything happens for a reason, but what like a chance that like she was there as we were leaving. So I could tell even like the type of like caliber of people that they brought in for this, like, they were all amazing. So I was like, and then Aiden smashed it. I got so nervous, and I've done so many speaking events and all these different things, but I got really nervous, I think because it was like they were filming and there was loads of people like behind the camera, and I just like I got really nervous, and I'm such a yapper, and I know I'm good at what I do, but I flopped. I believe I flopped a lot, not to be harsh on myself, and I'm not recording this with Aiden because he was shouting at me, but I feel like I flopped a little bit, like, and it wasn't like the best representation of like who I am, but my thoughts on like business and community and connection and all of it. Like, I don't think it was the best representation because I just got nervous, which is absolutely grand because we've never done anything like that ever, and it was Aiden's first thing ever like that, and he smashed it. I was just there like, go Aiden, smashed it. He did so well, but I just felt like I flopped.
Yeah.
So I'll share what it is once it comes out, but I'm sure we'll be in a little snippets. But it was so much fun. And either way, it was a really great experience. So loved it. I've just rambled on for 7 minutes. Here's the door. Not the door, one of the windows. Like these big windows, and they let banged. So yeah, I'm just gonna probably just get my stuff out ready now, and get set up for the day. In terms of, I thought I would actually say this, but in terms of what I'm actually doing as well today is I've got this meeting at 12. So there's 2 things I want to email to them before the actual call, just so that they have it in their actual inboxes for afterwards. And then apart from that, I need to do, Aidan literally just sent me through an email that I need to approve, and then I need to do another client's Q4 questionnaire to send through. The plan is to like by Friday basically to have sent, I feel like I've just been talking about Q4 docs, but the plan is to have sent every client their Q4 doc by the end of this week. That is the plan. Will that be achieved? Absolutely. Absolutely. today is Friday. Yeah, Friday. Aiden and I are literally we're just ready now, and we're just heading to our co-work day. So this is the first time I think I've said it, if not on the last video, that this is we've done like 2 co-work sessions this month. This is the second one, which is on a Friday. Don't know if we'll do 2 again in a month because your gal's sleepy. But we're literally ready now. It's not a busy one because it's August again. So we're ready, we're gonna walk. I'm super excited to get outside. I'm not wearing a lot of makeup. I know it probably looks like, if someone's listening, they're like, oh. And I'm kind of feeling it. Like, I'm wearing a different foundation, and it just, like, I don't feel like I'm wearing anything. Like, I am, obviously, but it doesn't feel like it, and I'm loving it. So I'm gonna bring you guys obviously along again for this, and yeah, see you soon. Aiden and I have just arrived to the co-work session. They've just started hoovering. Hopefully you can hear this. I do have a mic, and it's a really good mic. I'm just being really lazy, like very lazy and not using it. So I probably should.
Doesn't need to get a wire.
I need to get a wire for it apparently. But we're just at the co-work session now, where we like host it. It starts in like a few minutes, so we're allowed, like, we're just tidying up from breakfast for the room that we use, and then we're going to go in, and then I feel like all I've said probably on this whole video for this week is Q4. That's what I'm going to be working on, is just like, my goal was by the end of this week, Friday, to have set all clients their Q4 docs, and that is the plan. That plan is basically just to finish off some other ones. Cheese. Whoosh.